is, Matt, what are people talking about? Are we there? Did we lose Matt?
Historic. It is. I think folks are focused on it. It is a historic moment for Hillary Clinton. You know, it took 140 years for women to get the right to vote, and 100 years later after that to nominate a major party nominee who was a woman. So I think people are focused on that. But the general election has started, and we have 153 days of this ahead of us. It's going to be a battle royale. It's going to probably be an unpopularity contest, trying to disqualify each of them, trying to disqualify the other. So just get ready for the next 150-something days.
Matt, there's generally an expectation that once the party sort of gets around a nominee and has some sense of unity after a tough primary, that they get sort of a bump in the polls, and we saw that a little bit with Donald Trump a couple of weeks ago. Are we going to see that with Hillary Clinton over the next couple of weeks?
I think you'll see her get a slight bump. She already had sort of unified most of the Democrats leading up till last night. She'll get a slight bump, but my guess is this state race stays fairly close. It will ebb and flow over the course of the next few months. And in October, when the debates happen, the presidential debates come about, I think the race breaks one way or the other, but I think it's going to stay within 3 or 4 or 5 points either way from now until October.
Matt, what happens with Bernie Sanders? We played a clip from him earlier, and I got the sense that while he's going to push to be a voice in the convention, he's resigned to understanding that Hillary Clinton is the nominee.
I think he knows deep down that she is the nominee. I think it's always tough in these circumstances. I mean, Hillary Clinton, it took her 5 days after she lost the last primary in June of 2008 for her to sort of come to the place where she was going to support the ticket. So you got to give these folks time. They're human beings. They've gone through this huge process. He's got to make an ultimate choice. Does he choose to help lift her up and help her win the general election by sort of engaging his voters on her behalf? Or does he walk away from the party and say, my movement is more important than the party? He's got to make that choice. My guess is sometime within the next 4, 5, 6 days, he's come to the place that he's going to support Hillary Clinton and try to help her win.
Matt, on the Republican side, we played the clip coming into this segment of Mark Kirk from Illinois backing off of Trump, saying he can't support him because he's racist, and encouraging other members of his party to do the same. Are we going to see more of that? Kirk is in a tough re-elect campaign with Democrat Tammy Duckworth. Are other Republicans going to join him, or is his situation unique?
I don't think his situation is unique. I think I think Donald Trump's conversation last night, his speech last night, put a pause button on that. I think people are going to look at it and say, wait and see how he behaves. I think if there's another event or something, another moment where Donald Trump is disruptive, I think you'll see Republicans that are running in blue jurisdictions, blue states, blue congressional seats to try to keep him. I think many of them will follow Senator Kirk's lead, but I think right now there's a pause in it because I think Republicans are waiting to see if Donald Trump can stay on message and stay disciplined for more than a day or two.
But a lot of Republican leaders aren't going to be able to overcome. I mean, it's been interesting listening to Paul Ryan and Lindsey Graham the last couple of days. They're still not embracing Donald Trump, are they?
No, I mean, almost all of them would have, the establishment, that's part of the problem, would have preferred somebody else. I think most of them have said they're going to vote for him. Most of them have said they would endorse him. But almost all of them aren't enthusiastic about it. And so the Republican voters seem fairly unified behind Donald Trump. But the Republican leaders are still worried that he could say and do things that cause major disruption among the party.
Thank you. Matt Dowd, ABC News political analyst. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Great to be here. Take care.
Appreciate it. Interesting day. Tony Messenger.